Hello everyone, I'm Wen Yu Zhang. In this video, I'll be talking about microplastics in food, what causes them, their effect, and how can we prevent them in our food. Let's start with a clear definition of microplastics. They are tiny particles of plastic, typically smaller than 5 millimeters in size. They come from the breakdown of larger plastic items or are intentionally manufactured at small sizes for certain purposes. Here's a picture of microplastics on the left. They become a problem because they end up in things we eat, including seafood, salt, honey, and even drinking water. They get into our food web mainly from pollution, such as plastic breaks down into smaller fragments in waterways or through farming crops. Now let's talk about where are the microplastics coming from. This picture shows the top 7 sources of microplastics in the oceans. Well, the biggest source of microplastics in the oceans are synthetic textiles. One washing machine load of clothes made from acrylic can release an estimated 730,000 fibers into the wastewater system. I know this sounds crazy, and these fibers will eventually find their way reaching to the oceans and waterways. And due to the mobility of microplastics, they can be found in different environments, including oceans, rivers, lakes, soil, and even the air. This widespread distribution poses significant environmental and health concerns due to their persistence, potential toxicity, and ability to accumulate in ecosystems and biological organisms. When it comes to food contamination, with 24 trillion microplastic pieces in the ocean, marine life often ingests them, with thereby introducing toxic chemicals into our food web. Additionally, contaminated water used as agriculture affects as sludge used as fertilizer, allowing microplastics to be absorbed by crops through their root systems. Here's a picture shows how they get into our food. Well, since microplastics are in our daily food chain, research shows that the average person eats, drinks, and breathes between 78,000 and 211,000 microplastic particles per year. Here's a picture shows that the average number of microplastics in food and the biggest known source of microplastics which enters our body is bottled water. The average number of particles per liter is 94, and beer has the second highest number at 32 per liter. This slide shows the direct effect of ingesting and absorbing microplastics on human health. Firstly, they can physically stress and damage our tissues. Secondly, they can trigger inflammation in our gut and other parts of our body. Additionally, they lead to oxidative stress in our cells. Last but not least, they can trigger our immune system, causing it to react in ways that may not be beneficial for us. These are just the direct effects. There are also many long-term effects that weren't mentioned. California state came up with a 4-year strategy against microplastics. Firstly, they are targeting the root causes of microplastics, focusing on areas like food packaging, textiles, and tires. Secondly, they are implementing policy to promote the use of alternative materials and products. This policy prohibiting the sales of expanded polystyrene and reducing plastic usage across the board. Lastly, they are mandating the use of reusable, recyclable, and compostable packaging for food sales on state contract. Overall, this strategy helps minimize the entry of microplastics into the environment. Next, public awareness and education are crucial for fighting against microplastic pollution for the future. By promoting consumer awareness of microplastic hazard in food and water helps people make informed choices. Educating young people more about microplastic pollution, empowering future generations to make informed choices could foster a sustainable future. And lastly, emphasizing behavioral change in reducing plastic consumption highlights the importance of individual actions in fighting pollution. I found this quote online that I couldn't agree more. Additionally, with advancements in technology today, Plastic Net is an AI-based tool especially designed for detecting microplastics, tested to classify 11 types of common plastics with over 95% accuracy. Plastic Net offers opportunities for the food industry. It provides a faster and more efficient method to check the food for microplastics compared to manual inspection. Applying plastic net in the food industry could guarantee the safety of our food. At the end, here are some actions we all can take to prevent microplastic contamination in food, such as drink tap water, don't rely on bottled water, don't microwave in plastic, don't store food in plastic, especially plastic that may contain harmful chemicals. Don't rely on processed food wrapped in plastic. And lastly, vacuum dust regularly. As John F. Kennedy once said, one person can make a difference, and everyone should try. Here are all the citation sources for this slideshow. Thank you for watching.